You guys excited? Cause I am. I am so excited right now. So I'm just trying to invite people. I don't know. Okay. I'm so excited for this. 2 minutes, guys. In 2 minutes, it's live. Everyone is doing it right now. You guys excited? What video is this? That was this one. Wait, someone commented on my video. I don't know. Wait, Mr. Dalek JD's doing it now. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, so I'm sorry. Sorry. Alright. Oh my god, guys. 53 seconds. Oh my god, guys. You tell her how long I have waited for this, guys. 33 seconds left. 33 25 on the till the zombies map starts on the live stream bit. 5 4 3 2 1. Yes, yes, let's go.
Peggy 18.
On the hemp thing, had the menu. It just started. And I'm streaming it.
Welcome to my party.
Yes, guys.
Summer vacation right out of a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell booked this gig?
What?
Let's play.
Damn, that axe though.
Whoa, that was gnarly.
That life thingy. It's that. Yeah, I'm watching it now.
From the rave to the grave.
This looks so sick. Oh my god.
You dead now, Holmes?
I don't care.
I guess I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Goodbye.
Sabotage.
Get the season pass now. 4 DLC packs for one great price.
It's next week.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining the Infinity Ward live stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed that trailer. My name is Ashton. I'm the manager here at the studio, and today I'm joined by 2 very special guests. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Lee Ross, Associate Project Director for Zombies. And I'm Jake Geiger. I'm the art director on Zombies.
So we just saw a pretty badass trailer.
Yes.
Because
indeed.
I'm
Excited to finally be able to show it to everyone.
I know
Yes.
the
Trying
chat's
to-
going
to-
absolutely
to
crazy right
listen.
now. So, what are your guys' role in
To
regards
the
to zombies? What do you do?
stream.
Well, I'll let Jake start first. Tell us about yourself.
Basically, I get to head up the awesome Zombies art team that we have here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a great team of guys, and I'm privileged to be able to be the one that steers them in the right direction.
Yeah.
And of course, he does all the cool stuff too, like come up with these awesome posters that we make, like the Zombies in Spaceland poster and the Rave and the Redwoods poster, which I've been teasing, and I promised to, to put it on my Twitter at some point.
No, I'm just
What
asking
my
you to
role
shush.
here is at the studio. I'm kind of in charge of the whole story of what we're kind of building and
Oh,
all
and
these
I
characters, and
meet
I
you
also
then.
have my finger in every other.
In a minute. Okay.
Brian Bright, we sort of oversee this whole big process, and we're just having a rocking good time doing it.
I know these guys sit across from me, and I just hear them going on and on about all this cool stuff. So this is in our first DLC of the season. Rave and the Redwoods is part of DLC Sabotage. It comes out first on PlayStation 4 on January 31st next week. So when we talk about Rave and the Redwoods, how is Zombies in Spaceland tying into that? How does this flow work?
Well, what's really sweet about it is we get to take those 4 awesome characters that we got to meet in Spaceland, and we get to jump them into this next film.
Right.
They get to continue their story, and we also get to learn more about this really evil director, Willard Wyler. And really, this episode, we want to really tell that backstory to Willard Wyler. We want to tell everybody just how nasty and how bad he is and all the terrible things that he's done. And hopefully people will turn around and go, wow, that guy's really messed up.
I hope they say that. I hope they say he's really messed up. So let's jump a little bit more into Rave. You've been tweeting some stuff out. There's just been little snippets here and there. So let's talk about the location. So I think we have a map showing and a logo showing this new location. So tell me a little bit about Bear Lake. Where did this inspiration come from?
For that, we really, when we started off with this, we had on the first map we had Spaceland, and then for the next one we wanted to kind of explore a different horror genre, and one of the ones that kept coming up in conversations was the sort of the classic like 90s slasher flicks. And so when we started talking about that more, the general thing that everyone always gravitated towards was, it's always the slasher and the teenagers and the summer camp and that kind of stuff. And so so that's how we really like grabbed onto that, and everyone seemed super into it. And from there it was like I grew up in Big Bear in the mountains north of LA, and so for me growing up, that was like my childhood was going to summer camps and kind of being in that atmosphere and everything like that. So so it was really fun to kind of find all the reference we needed and work with all the guys to figure out how to kind of make this map not an exact replica of someplace, but really to capture that feel.
Yeah.
That,
To find
kids
the
have,
inspiration for it, right?
When you go to summer camp and you kind of have that same feeling of like running around the map, that you feel like you're there.
Well, speaking of, we actually do have the map.
Yeah.
Much like we had for Spaceland and the theme park,
Yeah.
We do have a map
Oh,
of
there
Bear
it
Lake.
is.
Right, there it is.
And that is the layout, guys. I mean, what you're seeing there, that's what you're going to be running through. That's what you're going to be checking out.
Yep.
And there's stuff to pay attention to on that map. So when you see it in game, make sure you pay attention to that. Make sure you're checking out all those key locations.
Very, very cool. I know a lot of people are going to want those map folds out like we had for Spaceland.
Right.
There's those posters, which is awesome. So now we have these characters now in this new setting. We're in the 1990s. So how does this change the way they act and the way they talk and all of that good stuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. This was all about us capturing that era and us bringing these characters into archetypes that we felt really established what that time period was. Obviously we're taking players into this rave, but there's a whole bunch of other character archetypes during that time period. So as you guys got to see, we're rocking Sally as a gangster now. That's a big change from her coming as a valley girl, where she was, the soft and sweet girl. But Sally's a badass now. She's going to come in and she's going to be tough. She's got the sort of claw nails. She's got the finger tattoos going on. She's got her bandana going on. So she's really stepping it up quite a bit. And then, of course, our nerd, Poindexter, he's our raver now. We wanted to have someone that was true to what we were, bringing to the table for Rave in the Redwoods. So he's going from being this sort of super knowledgeable character to almost someone they have to really pay attention to, because this guy might get himself into trouble if they don't keep an eye on him. He's really into perk candy and stuff like that, so they're keeping an extra special eye on him. And then, of course, Jay's character, the rapper, grunge was a big thing in the 1990s, one of my favorite bands of all time, Nirvana, man. I mean, we were really trying to capture that feel. So he's got the flannel going on, but he's got another flannel going on. He's got the ripped jeans going on, the classic Converse-style shoes. And his character really, he's going for like a really kind of a party dude, man. So he's stepping away from his sort of his rap persona and stepping into that. And last but not least, AJ, we're bringing him into a completely new role from being the jock. The jock, he was sort of this sort of hotshot, cool guy that thought he was better than the rest of the team. But now he's sort of a hip-hop wannabe, almost like Vanilla Ice, really. That's really was the inspiration to creating this character, was, this guy who, was kind of street savvy, or thought he was street savvy, thinks he's really cool. He loves his threads. He loves his gold chain even more. And he thinks he's a rapper, even though he's not a really good one. And you guys will get to hear some great VO from him. I put out on Twitter the other day to a couple of people that were asking me questions, but I make reference in his VO to, rap groups like Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah. So, people pay attention to what these guys are saying, because we're trying to grab as much reference and material from the 1990s period. So when you're exploring this world, it feels authentic to that experience.
That's very cool, and I like that the characters are changing into that, right? So it's like you're almost relearning them, and they're relearning themselves as they go through this process. So that's one of the cooler things to me, especially since I kind of grew up at the end of the 80s and then into the 90s. So it's kind of cool. So I think one thing that everyone's really excited to talk to, besides some of the stuff we have coming up, is the weapons. What are the new weapons and traps that we can look forward to seeing?
Oh, we've got some good stuff. So one of the things that we really wanted to push in this map is sort of that feeling that you get when you see slasher films from the 90s. Everyone's not walking around with an NV4. Everyone's not walking around with, shotguns and all that kind of stuff. But what they are doing is they're grabbing melee weapons. They're grabbing anything that they can find to protect themselves. And so as you got a chance to see in the trailer, our cast of characters are getting a machete, they're getting a golf club, they're getting a spiked bat, they're also getting a double-sided axe, which is super awesome. So we really wanted to push that melee aspect of combat, and players will get to actually experience that very early on in Rave in the Redwoods. One of the things I really want folks to know today is that you're going to spawn in with nothing in your hands. There is no pistol. There is no knife. There's nothing. So you're immediately going to have to find something right away and protect yourself. Fists aren't going to get you very far.
Oh, man. I think we actually have two of the weapons to show. There's one of them.
Ooh, that weapon looks really cool. I will say it's going to take some serious work, guys, to get that pretty thing in your hands. So keep your eyes peeled for all the little secrets and Easter eggs that we've buried, because, man, we've buried them hard. But you can definitely find these things, and they do some amazing things to the zombies.
Ooh. Awesome. I love the paint job on them. I think that's awesome. So this is called Rave in the Redwoods. So let's talk about the Rave mode. So what is it? Why is it? What made you guys want to make this, instead of just leaving it as like this dark, ominous cabin in the woods, what was the decision to have Rave?
Well, I think Rave Vision is what we're calling it, is sort of, it's this stark contrast to the experience in Rave in the Redwoods. You're walking around this really dark, gloomy, abandoned campsite, and then you jump into Rave mode, and all of a sudden everything is hysterically colored and bright and just super neon. And it's really an exciting experience to go from this darkness into this bright world. But unfortunately, when you go into Rave mode, we make it a little more intense and a little bit more scary. So that guy that we've talked about, the slasher, he's in Rave mode. And every time you step into Rave mode, that guy's going to be there waiting for you. He's going to be, coming out and giving you just a little bit of a hard time. You guys are getting a chance to see his concept here. One of the really cool things about the weapon he's carrying in his hand, and you actually get to see it in the trailer as well, he loves to grind that across his metal mask so that he can, create sparks and sort of really freak the player out. I mean, who really wants to rub a chainsaw against their face? The slasher.
So I think we've got his Rave more concept. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is another version of the slasher that you'll get to see. And there he is all raved out. As you can tell, that guy's much bigger.
Yeah.
Much bigger. So there is a way to sort of transform the slasher into sort of a super version of himself.
We're going to be seeing a lot on social media, I think,
Oh, yeah, I think so.
right after this. So one thing I think some people picked up on the trailer was the music. Can you give me a hint or a little taste of what we can expect?
Yeah, so, we want to stay true to the theme of it being a rave. Now, this is unlike Spaceland, where there's a PA system everywhere and there's a DJ who's, cranking out tracks. But when you're in the rave area of the map, we want to have, tracks spinning up that make you feel like you're in a rave. So even as you begin to approach that area, you can start to see the lights, you can start to see the sound, all sort of the feel of that experience. And you might hear things like Alien Sex Fiend that'll be rocking out there, or Crystal Method. So there'll be stuff that takes us back to that 90s period. And I have to call him out, man. Brian Bright, this guy does the music selection for all the stuff that we do. Even though we all sort of chime in and give suggestions, this dude owns more music than anybody I know. Like vinyl albums, 8-tracks, CDs, forget it. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. He probably has 2 garages worth of music stored. He is really a music buff. So shout out to Brian for the excellent choices that he made in Spaceland. And I think you guys will not be let down. If you're into rave music, 90s rave music at all, Brian has hooked you guys up once again.
Well, very cool. I think we've got one more piece of concept art, and this is a Sasquatch concept. What is this about?
Oh, this is about us really trying to play off that woods theme. One of the things that's elusive that everyone wants to see in the woods is Bigfoot. Everybody wants to see a Sasquatch. They're looking for the footprints. Everybody's tracking them down. Well, we had these really awesome rounds in Spaceland where these exploding clowns came out and probably gave a bunch of people nightmares, including myself. These guys are going to replace our clown rounds, and when they come out, they're going to ferociously come out and try to rip your face off.
Oh,
now,
fun.
they're far more aggressive than the clowns, and you know what? They're not going to blow up and go away. These guys are going to chase you until you take them down or they eat you alive.
Oh, fun. That's...
Yeah, these guys were super fun to design.
Yeah.
And especially having, the rave mode versions of these guys in there. It was awesome to be able to kind of come up with the idea and then really kind of push that and then make them kind of even more sort of tribal and creepy in rave mode.
Yeah. And if you guys notice that they have a rave version of themselves, that means that just because you've gone into rave mode, you're not safe. These guys are coming along for the ride. So you got to take them down. Rave mode won't save you. And if you go into rave mode with those guys, homie Slasher's going to be waiting for you.
Oh, geez. Now you're making me nervous now. And I think, we've for Zombies in Spaceland, we had these awesome posters. We have all kinds of cool T-shirts and designs, and we have a poster to show for Rave in the Redwoods.
There it is. That's the one we've been teasing all this time. The whole idea was really to not give away the character archetypes too soon. We didn't want to give away the fact that we got this awesome celebrity in Kevin Smith that's joining the cast. But there it is. We wanted to let people get a chance to see this thing in all its glory. And who knows? Maybe we'll find a few into people's hands. We'll never know.
Possibly. We might do that. Very, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. As you guys know, watching at home, watching online, we have the DLC next week, the 31st, first on PlayStation 4. So make sure if you haven't grabbed that season pass yet, you do that. And I think we should go upstairs and play a little bit. But I think before we go, we've got something kind of cool.
Yeah, we love you guys. So we got a little something extra for you guys that will help tell a little bit more of the story and hopefully get you guys a little bit more pumped because Rave in the Redwoods coming soon.
Bye, guys.
with the Letterman jacket?
Damn it! No matter. The Rave will surely end their silly little existences once and for all.
No! Where the hell are we now, Bathos?
I think the other question is, when the hell are we?
We're not in the 80s anymore, dude.
Yo, how about who the hell are we? Grunge, really? Looks like I got your old gig, Andre.
I don't know about you guys, but at least we aren't in that demented theme park anymore.
Yo, shut up, hey? I heard something. Listen.
Oh, shit, man. We got zombies again.
You have got to be kidding me, man.
That was it. Okay. Oh. That was a pretty good trailer. But that cliffhanger at the end, it turned that perfectly. So this is the end of the stream. Like, enjoy and share, please. I'll see you guys later.